You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and/or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Well, greetings, man. Technical difficulty here and there and all over the place, but nonetheless, the panel is here. How are you all doing? How you all doing, man? We are behind time. We are truly behind time here, but nonetheless, we're not behind time. We're here when the time is right, right or wrong.
You're right.
Right.
Right? Yeah, we hear
Right.
when the time say when God say, yeah, time to come on. It just open up and let us on, right?
Sometimes American time, sometimes Jamaican time.
Yeah, black people.
Oh, the other countries do have the other time.
Okay. Man, so greetings to each and every one. Thank you for joining us. I want to say big shout to Victoria's 89.1 FM. Massive shouts go out to the YouTubes, Massive and crew. How are you all doing? Hoping that you are all fantabulously fabulous. All righty. Hope you all were fantabulous and have a wonderful week. And as the weekend is coming, I'm hoping that you have a fantabulous weekend as well. Alrighty, let's do a quick promptu howdy doody to everyone, and then DJ VJ Smiles, big up yourself. Ross Dougal, big up yourself. Dr. J, massive shout to all of our sponsors. Want to say big shout. Hey, one of our sponsors, One by One Kia. They're she's the head stylist, and they definitely do Beyond the Gates. I don't know if some of you all have been able to watch that soap opera. Well, she has been nominated. She's doing great things because the couple of months ago she was nominated for the Image Award and Grammy, and now she's been nominated for the Oscars. Okay, so she's doing big things, and make sure that you go to the site and pick up one of her hair products. I tell you, the best in hair products, and she's a phenomenal young lady. So congratulations to you, Wankia, One by Wankia. Congratulations on your nomination. Big
Mm.
big things. Yeah. When you go on this stage, make sure you mention the Powerhouse Radio. So when you go up to collect that Oscar award,
Yes.
don't forget us little people. Right? Well, anyway, big shouts, big shout. Welcome. MC is in the house. Jai is in the house. Queen's in the house. Darespecta in the house, and Lady D in the house. Noni the Juice not going to be joining us tonight. She has to do some overtime. So blessings to you, Noni. I don't envy you, my sister. I don't whatsoever. Yeah, but and so y'all want to do some quick promptu hellos, or you just want to just dive into what we doing?
Hello, everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night.
All right. That's the only one. All right, only queen.
Welcome.
All right. Anyone else? Jai MC? No. Okay. Let's dive into it. Let's dive.
Hey, good day, everybody. Good after, good night, good evening. Ready to dive in today?
Man, look,
I'm
I really put a topic that I want us to touch with that red thing, die for.
What?
I hope y'all saw it.
No, I didn't see it. That who
Oh
thing?
God, honey. I found some things out and it's real. It's not fake.
What? What are you talking about?
I sent you a video with first I sent you one with this red looking bug, and then I sent you another one with the, from the internet
So what's going on?
asking
Okay. So
it's
what's
about the
going on?
that I forgot what they call it. Wait, I'm looking for my page that I wrote it on. It's sent to Nina or something like that, but it is in our food. It's in our especially red lipstick and red blush. But
What?
it's also in the food, and
What
they it's
is
classified as dye for number 4. But I'll tell you the name in a bit. Go on and talk while I look it up. I have it written in my thing what it's really called, the name of it.
scaring me? I'm
Yeah.
just asking, like, okay, it's a red bug. What does the red bug?
Yeah, in South America, and the bug is what they crush and use to make the lipstick and make dye number 4, and also it's in our food and what have you. I'll tell you the name of the bug in a little bit. Go
Like,
ahead and talk while I look it up.
what I'm asking is, what do the bug do?
That's what I'm telling you. It's like a coloring that they
Right,
use to.
right. But what about it now that is going on with it now that you want to reason on it? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, I want to reason on it because there's a lot of people that don't know what is in their food and what their food contain, and they put in these dye number 5, number 4, number 3, and a lot of folks don't understand what it is or what it comes from. So I was researching it. Well, I came upon it. I was doing something and I came upon it on the internet, and I started to look into it in different sites and what have you. And I found out that it is real because at first I didn't believe. I thought it wasn't real. That they actually grind up a bug, this type of a bug. It looks like one of them larva looking bugs. Um, and they grind it up and put it inside of our food and our and if you see the process, I send you all the video so you can see the process of it, how they do it to
Well,
turn it into the chemical that the whatever the thing is that they have to put into the food
do
to
you know?
preserve
That's
it.
nasty.
Well,
Yeah,
this
it is nasty, and that's why
That's
I brought it
nasty.
up because I think, and that's why I looked it up to make sure that it was real when I saw it. Because I'm saying that is nasty, and we don't really know what we're eating in these factories. These factories
don't
are,
Exactly. And the dyes that they use tend to be cancer causing also.
we
yeah,
don't
well, that's it. Mhm.
do
I'm
you
sorry, lady. I was just
have
throwing that out because it really had touched me when I saw it.
I have a segment on the Lady Show. Do you know?
Mhm.
And on the do you know, there's different things that we ask. Do you know that da 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 da? Do you know that da, da? One of them was, do you know that there's over 100 spiders in chocolate? Did you know that?
So you know what's funny? You said that.
You're eating
Um, I
all,
was what I learned about that watching actually a sitcom
yeah.
when I
Yeah.
was younger, and they were talking about, and these guys were in the sitcom, and they were brothers, and they were known to be very highly intellectual, like had a high IQ. So they said, "Do you know that you're allowed to have this amount of how many legs in in your um in your chocolate, in your food, and this?" And I looked it up, and it was true that they can have a certain amount. That is a certain amount that's allowed. It's, oh.
Okay, it's
I
because of the
heard about that.
vibrant color. It's called coquerel. And the other name for it is cormine, cormine,
So
and um that's what they get out of it, and they put it inside of to make it the lipstick red. Anything that you see the color and where the thing look brighter than it normally is stemming from that.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Now I won't eat. Now I won't wear red lipstick.
Yeah, red lipstick
Come on, you're
rouge.
too hot. You know
Yeah, but
you're sexy. You have to
it's
wear
in
your red
your,
lipstick,
it's
girl.
in, they say it's in the lipstick, the blushes, and in some food.
Listen, if we follow every single thing that they come out with, we're not gonna eat nothing, wear nothing,
So,
none of those things at this point. It's
but you go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I don't want to cut. So you always told people to grow their own vegetables and that you grow your own, and sometimes during the winter you harvest it and freeze it. Well, as you know, that 47 had cut funding to the CDC. So there's a lot of research they used to do they're no longer doing, and now because of it, one of the bacteria that's going around, as if you've heard about it, is Tychospora, which
Uh,
is on the vegetables and can cause the same symptoms as if you had food poisoning. So this bacteria is on the and on vegetables, fruits, and things like that. But they're mostly talking about the vegetables. So at this point, as you said, even though you shouldn't be eating, I would not. They said right now, don't have the packaged or anything in a container type of vegetable. If you want, you buy the whole. It has to be a whole leaf lettuce, a whole head of lettuce, and you have to take out the outside parts and you rinse out the inside. But right now, I'm not doing it. Any vegetable that I'm eating right now, I have to cook it, even if you have to blanch it, where you take the,
You
you
and
know,
Queen is hilarious. You and Queen is hilarious. Listen, y'all be eating this stuff all this time. My mother said we're not kill you with fat new. So,
no, but it's
so
out now. It's
No,
an outbreak in 34
yeah,
states.
but you see, lady, the thing is, years ago, you didn't have all that chemical being put in the food and that processing. What they're doing now is trying to stretch the food because the population is so huge now that they try to stretch the food. So they put all kind of chemicals and find all different type of ways to make the food
yeah,
larger quantities.
yeah. That's
So
they have.
they're doing all sorts, and not just that, but also some of these companies, that's how they make their money by producing these products and these things, and we don't know what is in it. And I'm just saying,
You're
that
right,
it is
Queen.
our we should research it before we use it. But when you're not aware, you know,
They
this I
have.
didn't know that bug was in red lipstick or red rouge or some of my food.
Yeah. And then also,
That
like what you're discussing, she's right. Like even now, as you know, we've been hearing that the lab grown meat is coming out. It's been FDA approved.
it's not coming out. It's already out.
Yeah, that's what they said. No, I'm saying they have been talking about that it's gonna come out for a while. But yeah, it was approved. I think we're from 2020, I don't know, 2 or 2023. I'd have to look up the
It's
timeline.
it's
But
been out. Just
but
like farm raised fish, farm raised this. They just
but you can know. But
yeah.
you can know when it's farm raised. The other one, you have to really search and see because they're not telling you outright there's lab grown meat and there's something wrong with that. They
Right, you
should
have to
tell
read
you.
the labels. They want you to read the labels, and it should say. We talked about this
Mhm.
on one of the shows a couple of weeks ago. How to know when a meat is lab grown.
Yeah,
Uh,
they said they have a name. You're right. They
yeah,
say
there
they
was a
The
say
number, they
keywords
have a number or letter, something like that.
and it's keywords. They say too.
no, it's a word. The number,
Mhm.
the letter is when you looking at the fruits and vegetables, like the number 4, it tells you that it's
No.
not organic. It has pesticides on it. The
Right, right. The different thing that's in it.
number
Yeah.
9 or the 0, something like that, is just
Yeah.
so it tells you what and what and what. So that's the same thing with the lab grown food, meat rather.
But
It-
they so lie. I mean, there's so much cover up and so much, you don't know what to believe. You know what I mean? Because half of these things they're saying that they're organic. They're not doggone organic. They
That's what
just
they
trying to
said.
sell.
no way. It's not like
And then they said also this lab grown meat is not just being served. Of course, it's gonna be fast food restaurants. They're gonna want to get their hands on it,
yeah,
but
that's
it's also restaurants. So you could be in a restaurant thinking you're getting this delicious salmon, and it's a lab grown salmon.
that's why you fit nyama your yard. You fit eat it.
Exactly right.
Label, label. Look for stuff that says lab grown, lab created, cultured, or cell based meats on the product label. So if
I
you're
still don't trust them. I
no
still don't trust those labels. They be fake. At times they're fake.
saying in order to know to tell lab grown meat, you look for
Mhm.
words such as lab created, cultured. Most likely they're going to use words like cultured. They're not going to necessarily put lab grown, lab created. Look for words such as cultured or cell based meat.
Listen, go
You,
back to the butcher. Stop buying at the regular. Go to the butcher with the bloody meat.
oh,
Let
you
me give you
remember?
the meat.
You remember the other day? I'm not sure if you were on MC, and I was trying to find one of those livestock places here that um you know um take care of the animals while you're there. You know, because I remember back in New York, down at Dyer, not Dyer, down at Edenwall, close to that area. They not Edenwall, yeah, no, not Edenwall. The Valley, over close to the Valley, they had this place there where my mom and them used to go, and they killed the chicken and fresh. So you used to get them fresh. So I'm trying to find somewhere like that here.
Them place there,
It
them place they smell bad, man. I said,
yeah,
when listen,
but
not even when you go inside, just the outside. I'm a little.
yeah,
I can hardly stand out the outside just to so
well,
to go inside. Woo!
is the blood, and some of them clean their place probably. You just go ahead and you get live chicken. You get a live chicken, but you don't know say the culture and
That's true. That's true.
live chicken.
But lady, there's a farm right up there off La Vista Road, that does all of that stuff. Even sheep and goat and all of that.
Well, I gotta go visit that. Although I'm getting ready to cut out meat altogether. I'm
Exactly right.
I'm going to try to do a little plant based, and I did it last year in the beginning. I did it last year from January to about June, and it was really really good. Where I was able to create a lot of different types of meals. Vegetarian style. I went vegetarian, but then we had some event and I went and go eat piece of oxtail and jerk chicken and that and went back to my
And
meal.
reopened your appetite.
Open back that appetite. So I'm gonna try it again and go for a minute
So
without the whole bunch of meat and stuff.
so
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I know someone who was going through they had cancer, and they used to have like cysts and different things in their body,
Uh-huh.
and it just wouldn't, the cysts and everything wouldn't go away. And then they changed their diet. They cut out beef. They cut out all meat except for fish. So they became pescatarian. And since that they've done that, now the person has not had any return since then. You
Okay.
know, they've had any since nothing.
It's
They
definitely
just waited to be that they're going to be in remission soon, hopefully, but nothing has returned, none of the cysts or anything, and
it's
this person is
definitely a
sticking.
good thing. I honestly felt lighter, more energy, and I lost some weight in the process of it. I had lost like 20 pounds in the process of it. So it is really,
What?
really,
All right.
really, really a good thing to do. And it definitely takes willpower. Wait,
What? It sure does. Because when you smell, especially oxtail, woo, you smell that sweet
and
oxtail.
I'm not a big meat eater. The only thing meat that I really eat, besides chicken, it will be oxtails, and that
Mhm.
has always been my weakness since I was a kid. But, that's always been my weakness.
Even
Let me
power
tell
water too. Go ahead, soup is delicious.
Yeah, yeah, definitely some managed water and thing like that.
I don't know what it is because look, I have been eating just fish since 1975, 76, somewhere around there. I
Kudos.
haven't eaten any meat, right? But look, I still got sick. Yeah, I know it's not funny, but seriously, it's
Hmm.
hard to know what to eat. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you try going natural, you try eating just mostly vegetables, fruits. That's what I do. But I still come up with certain ailments. I mean,
So
it's like, what is it? Is it the environment? Is it the chemical in the food?
I
We
think
talk
what
it's
about
a, it's,
this
it's a
several
yeah, it's a
times. Yeah.
combination of all.
all of
And
it,
I'm and
yeah.
I would tell you, who to study, right?
Mm.
And I don't think I think we may have brought his name up before, Dr. Sabai, and
Yeah,
he's from Honduras.
baby.
And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
was
and
awesome.
he said he cured. First of all, he would tell you to only drink alkaline water, and which is more expensive to drink.
No, well, my biochemist says, and he stopped me from drinking alkaline water.
Not too yeah, and they said not
I
regular.
buy
You can
Yeah.
do.
store, but how you create your alkaline water, you put some lemon in the water. You could put like cucumbers, but to buy it, he said, don't never buy them from the store.
Okay.
Make and create your um
Okay.
alkaline water. And there's alkaline food. There's things that, so there's a way that you,
There's ways to do it.
yeah,
So yeah, because I didn't say he said to buy. I don't know. He just said to drink alkaline water. But
yeah.
thank you for bringing that up because people hear that be like, oh, you know what? Let me buy it in the store. So I didn't even think about
I'm guilty of
using
I'm
using lemon or anything like that. That's good to know because lemon is natural.
I'm definitely guilty of that. When I started to read up and try to get a lot more healthier, there were everywhere telling you about drink alkaline and eat alkaline
Mm.
fruits and all of these things. So automatically I went go get me my cases of alkaline
And it's
water
so expensive.
like that. And it is
Uh-huh.
expensive. One moment, I'm the respecter. And the good water to really drink is distilled water. Go ahead,
Mhm.
the respecter.
I stepped away for a minute. I don't know who idea it was to go down the food direction and the drinks and the back in the days and our Haitian brothers and sisters are being dumped in the ocean.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Well, you
Well, you know what? You know
Jamaica
what?
is sending back our Haitian brothers and sisters and babies
well,
back to Haiti.
everything,
Everything.
that is
Go
discussed,
ahead, Mother. Go ahead. Go ahead.
everything that is discussed is of importance. If you want to
I
touch,
am joking, Lady D. I am joking, Lady D.
all
I
right,
am
great,
joking.
great, because I'm getting ready to get to my
But I'm
yeah,
serious about the Haitians.
yeah, and we can touch that too. I didn't know Haitian people were being thrown in the water.
I
This
didn't know about that
I
either.
know they were being sent back to Haiti. They're saying how the Jamaicans are sending back the Asians back home, and they're accepting these ones that they're sending from America.
Yeah.
I know that was the argument. I
It's
didn't know
not the
that they were
Jamaicans
throwing
that's
them in
doing
the
it.
in the
It's not the Jam-
ocean.
it's not the
I didn't know
Jamaicans
that
that's
either.
doing it. It's the government.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The government.
They're
I
not
thought they
Jamaicans.
said that they were sending them back. Um, I didn't know about throwing in the ocean. I know they were sending them back,
this
and people were expressing why they're sending them back, and they're accepting the ones from America.
the respecter. Where did you get that information? Because we definitely have to fact check before we put stuff live on the air.
I watch it on YouTube, watch it on different bloggers where they put it out there and they show the boat that 30 people, including babies, was put back in and the strong possibility of cast turning over, being eaten by the sharks, drowned. The possibility is not something that actually happened as yet, but it's going to happen if they keep doing it. Because those little boats with
Well,
30 people is not going to last.
okay, well, we have to definitely know what we're saying when
And
we're.
who's going to come after us?
Oh, people will come after you. The respect to you're live on social media where
Well,
people will that's people fact check and for misleading information. So anything that we put out there, we have to know factual. We have to say, okay, we definitely we can't even go off for anymore a lot of what's on social media because a lot of it's AI, a lot of it is people fabricating situations. Now, if we saw it, if you tell me that you saw it on the news, it's reported on the news that Haitians are being thrown up overboard. If it's on a reputable um, news blog or something to that effect, then yeah, but that's some serious allegation that people are being thrown over into the sea like slavery day. That's some serious allegation right there, my brother. You
well, I
know,
want them to come.
yeah,
I want them to come after me.
well, let them come after you because
Like,
you know what? This is why
my,
this is why it's so important to put a disclaimer.
yeah,
Yeah, to let persons know that it's not the station's opinion. It's you know
Individual.
opinion. Yeah, it's very important. But yeah, if that is something that is actually and factually happening, that's it's a sad time, and it's some.
but really, I like I said, I watch a lot of YouTube, and I know they've been talking about the Asian, but in terms of them, sending Jamaicans, sending them back, and not just the Asian, but also the Cuban. They're sending them back, and they're saying, why are they sending them back, and they're accepting these from America?
Yeah,
That
that's
was the last thing I heard about that.
they've been sending back the Haitians for years now, and what
Yeah,
brought up was the other couple of months or something like that ago. Some came there and they sent them back again, and that's
yeah,
was doing the comparisons between them sending them back and getting ready to do the TCN business. Or
yeah.
yeah,
That's all I heard on that.
And they're
Yes.
taking in more Chinese. They never send any Chinese back, but they're taking in more Chinese.
I don't know what they're doing because I don't know about taking or refusing or listen. I ain't going into that part of all of that because um we need statistic. I don't know what they're
What?
doing. All I know is what they're not doing right now, and it's not a good thing. And what is on the news that they're stating that they are doing as far as getting ready to take persons in, which they said that has not been the deal has not been finalized, completed, all of those things. So those are what we definitely do know of. What we also do know of is based off of reports from Observer, the Gleaner, and so on, is where Tufton has came out and said that some of the nurses needs to take responsibility for some of what going on. But before I even go into that one, I really want to send my prayers, my condolences out to Fanta Moja family, his
Yes.
children, his colleagues,
Hmm.
his fans, to
Yeah.
each and everyone who appreciated his music.
Yes.
You know, I just want to send our prayers of comfort coming from the Powerhouse Radio. Also, I know that the YouTube's radio is also would agree, and Victorious 89 would also agree that we're sending out our prayers of comfort to the family,
Yeah.
all who is affected by the passing of Phantom Moja.
I
One of the
love
best
his
voice
music.
and creativity
Yeah,
artists
Yeah,
out there.
yes, yeah.
man, I love this music. Roots reggae, hail to the king. I mean, Rasta got soul. I mean,
And Sunday,
I mean,
obviously Saturday, as I always do, uh,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
on the passing of a great one, I definitely,
Powerful music, powerful Rasta music, man.
definitely be playing a lot of Phantom Motion music
Yeah,
this Saturday on the Lady D Show. So join us. All right.
yeah.
So there's two interesting things that happened this week, and wanted to touch that. Also, before I even go in that, I want to say send our prayers and condolences also to the family for the young lady that was unalived by her uncle
Mm.
in the Bronx. So we want to say send our prayers out to you all with that as well, to friends, families, etc. Alrighty. There is a report. Now, did you all see the pepper spraying?
No.
Mm-mm.
No one, no, no one saw, um, no one saw the pepper spray.
No.
I didn't. You had put it in the chat?
Y- Yeah, definitely put it in the chat.
I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it. And I was streaming through. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know what you're referencing.
Okay.
Go ahead, lady. Tell us what it's about, and then we can maybe talk on it or discuss it.
I want to reason on that, and also I wanted to reason on Tufton saying that the nurses in Jamaica plays a part as well in the demise of what's going on. Um, they have to take some form of responsibility as well in in the condition of the hospitals in Jamaica. So wanted to open. So I wanted to reason on those two things, although my things here is not cooperating.
I'm anxious about jumping in on the nurses because I'm going to defend the nurses
Okay,
in
okay,
in in the hospitals. Because if you put a bunch of pigs who are clean in a pen
okay,
and you don't pay attention to them, they're gonna get out some kind of way.
Mm-mm.
okay. Well, we're gonna reason on that. But Desmond McKenzie was pepper sprayed or caught in the the line of being pepper sprayed in Jamaica. He must have someone must have gotten um harmed, shot or something, and the police out there, it's alleged. And I guess the people in his constituency went and called him, and he came out. And I don't know if he was irate. I don't know the full nines of it, but it was stated that he one of the young ladies, it's alleged that one of the young ladies ran behind him while the police was pepper spraying and he got caught. It's all over social media. It's all over the places in all the major news. They showing him where he was washing his face with milk and water and all of these things after being pepper sprayed. So persons are talking about it left and right all over the place. All right. And they're talking that there should be consequences. Well, there have been a concept there. It's alleged that they have arrested the police officer that did the pepper spraying.
Yeah.
Okay. But you all don't necessarily you all didn't go over it. So I'm not sure if I need to really elaborate. Maybe we all need to go and look at it. But what we can elaborate on is how unfair I feel, how unfair a lot of this situation is because Mr. McKenzie was pepper sprayed. All of a sudden, now they go and they arrest this officer. Now, how many citizens have been unalived and been pepper sprayed and been abused and been taken advantage of and given unwarranted tickets and all of these things. But yet nothing comes out of it. But as soon as this individual, um, something such as happens to him, they immediately come and arrest this officer. Not that I'm taking up for the officer or anything. I'm just looking at the bias of the whole of the entire thing. Why it takes this to happen in order for a police to be arrested. What happened to all of the other citizens? So I think this is somewhat of a one-way conversation that I can't have by myself. So I guess we can bypass this, but I think it's something that you all need to really look into
It's a start.
and then have us to
It's a
reason.
Yeah,
start.
but we can still discuss it because that's
It's a
still
start.
something that not just affect that police officer, but is affecting ordinary people. They're being discriminated against or because of the whatever they own or have. And
So
the richer people get more of a blight, you know. So I mean
so there
it
was a
could be discussed.
so there was a post that somebody and I put it in the chat. So there was a post that someone made. David Might made, and he says, "One law for all citizens. Good day, my fellow Jamaicans. I want us to stop and ask ourselves a serious question today, a question that should weigh heavily on the heart of every single citizen who believes in justice, fairness, and democracy in this beautiful island of ours. Just this week, we saw the news, the videos. A member of parliament, Mr. Desmond Mackenzie, went into his constituency after a shooting incident. While he was there, a member of the Jamaican Constabulary Force pepper sprayed him in the face. And what happened next? Swift action. Suddenly, there is accountability. The officer is facing consequences, removed from frontline duty, and the system is moving at lightning speed because an official, someone whose administration is currently in power, was affected. The wheels of justice are spinning fast. But I want to ask you, the citizens of Jamaica, what happens when it is a normal, everyday citizen who gets pepper sprayed? What happens when a taxi driver, a vendor, a ghetto youth, or a hard working mother is met with excessive force on the streets of Kingston, Montego Bay, or anywhere else in this country? Does that officer get taken off the front line the next morning? Is there an immediate investigation launched with high-ranking officials releasing statements? Most of the time, the answer is a painful no. When it happens to the regular man or woman on the streets, nothing comes out of it. The officer remains on duty, the badge protects them, and the victim is told to run along or file a report that may sit on a desk for years. This is unfair. It is a dangerous double standard. This is why citizens cannot trust the police force anymore. The Jamaican Constitution does not say that an MP's eye burn worse than a regular citizen's eye. It does not say that the pain of a politician is greater than the pain of a ghetto youth. If excessive force is wrong against a member of parliament, then it is wrong against any Jamaican citizen. We cannot have two Jamaicas, one where the law protects and reacts instantly for the powerful, and another where the regular citizen has to just swallow their dignity and bear the abuse. A police force must be professional across the board, no matter if they are speaking to a minister, an MP, or a regular man on the street. If this incident proves anything, it proves that the JCF can act quickly when they want to. It proves that accountability is possible. So, our demand today is simple: give that same energy, that same speed, and that same level of accountability to every single citizen of Jamaica. Let the law be a shield for all of us, not just a select few, because until there is equal justice for the common man, there is no real justice at all. So
So
I
what
just,
if you can look at it this way?
uh huh.
There's other ways to look at it. This could be the start of the police start looking to themselves due to the fact they said that a civilian was behind Mr. Mackenzie's back as a shield, and that happened by a higher power to bring forth that change that is needed so that next person that gets pepper spray they can look at that situation and say, okay, we have to treat that as the same as that because now that happened and the police officer is being punished in some way. So now they're gonna have to treat everybody the same way they treat that politician. The police have to pay going forward.
Okay. Well, hopefully this will set the standard, as you say, that going forward, um, when persons are pepper sprayed, are harassed, are hurt, are force, what you say, when any excessive force is
Yes.
being used, then hopefully we will it doesn't mean hopefully it will be looked at and not just be addressed because a person is a MP, is a minister, is are rich, um or anything like that, that everyone is being treated fairly, which what this article is basically saying, and what the fact is that it has never been fair. And it's blatant in our face that someone of someone of supposed stature is got this police officer to be arrested
And
when a normal citizen who is facing harassment, excessive force, all of these things have not. So
and lady, Mr.
You
McKenzie can
know,
put that in the law.
hoping that I'm hoping that with it all said and done, that changes do be made, as you said, the respecter. But I really doubt it.
So Mr.
well,
McKenzie can put that in the law.
It's a
well,
double
you
stand.
see,
It's a
you
double.
see what they're saying. The integrity commissioner, and the party that's in power right now, they work together. It's alleged that they're working together. So therefore, that's why none of these things are that are right are being enforced, because the integrity committee, they're the ones who determine if this is right or this is wrong. You know what I mean? In terms of the law. But if they're not functioning for the people and they're functioning for the government, then what do we expect?
And then
These things are going to be happening.
I don't want it to be addressed as, oh, because it is the party in power. Okay? Because if I'm just saying, Donkey said the world on a level. So it's like it's definitely a bias thing. It's a bias thing where the rich,
Mm-hmm.
persons in high positions
Mm-hmm.
are able to get away with things, get officers fired, get people removed for basic things that everyday people goes through. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm just looking at the injustice of what always keeps on happening to regular citizen, and how quickly that this officer was removed because it was a person that is an MP. So it could have been an MP on the side of JLP, it could have been an MP on the side of PNP. So I'm not trying to make it I wouldn't want to necessarily politicize it. I'm just saying the unfairness of it, the double standard of it, with persons that are supposed to be in some positions, have money, things like that, versus the common individual such as myself that will face these harassments, these excessive force, brutality, all of these things, and I have nowhere to go to seek to get any form of justice.
But you
So,
know what,
as the
lady, Mister.
said, I would hope that this situation can be used going forward for other citizens, the justice of it for other citizens. Go ahead, the respecter.
Yeah, Mr. McKenzie was being a big baby because he doesn't burn that bad.
How you for tell the man where
But
all it burn from how all it don't burn?
but you see,
You
lady,
can
the
imagine
thing is
about
that
clot, 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 clot.
Ah,
um I'm not hearing MC, but because I know she's passionate about these things. But the thing is that it's not just um officials. It's not just politics. It's not just officials that get those treatments. People of certain color, certain race get certain
And
treatment
wealth,
there too. You
socioeconomic
know,
status too.
yeah,
and
you
that's
know,
really
Sure.
what I didn't go into the race part of it, but certain class of people,
And
yeah,
socioeconomic status.
right,
yeah.
they get the
Uh,
same type of privileges.
they get
Yes.
special privilege. Yes,
Yeah. So I'm just
yeah.
hoping that I'm just really, really hoping that um people can use this, you know, um as an example when something happens, and really start to stand up and take these people to court and
Yes.
let
So
them know
the
that
But
yeah.
then we said
only
this
time
Benny. Go on, MC.
I was gonna say the only time they pay attention to people of lower socioeconomic status, or if you're in the middle, is when you make a lot of noise and you destroy stuff and you storm things. Then like, okay, wait. Okay, what are you saying to us again? When we make a lot of noise and we boycott or we some take your money away,
Yeah.
that's when they want to be like, okay, wait, let's regroup. What's going on? What you guys need? You know, if we're not doing that, nobody's paying attention to us.
Yeah. I just wanted to call that to everyone attention because it's I just couldn't believe how swiftly they went on and arrested this man, this officer, whom it is alleged was doing his job as they say that they're supposed to do. But now that an official has gotten hurt, all of a sudden they're not doing the job the right way.
But
Yeah.
lady,
That is
Look at
lady,
yeah.
would you say that? Think about it. The biggest part of this thing that we're missing is a young lady. Just imagine that young lady got the full blunt of that pepper spray. In
Nothing
backside, if it's thrown under the prison.
nothing would have been done.
So-
Nothing would have been done. The thing is, if Miss if if Mr. Mackenzie wasn't there and she had gotten pepper sprayed, nothing would have came out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why in backside,
And
if you go to
that's
prison,
who needs to go to prison.
the police.
Well, it's like last week we were talking about racism and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it would have been
And
nice if you went to prison for the young lady, but to go to, I mean, like, and if she's obstructing justice, if she's obstructing the officer from doing his job, and
It doesn't deserve pepper spray,
they're
lady.
trying to get order, and they're vulgar for disbursement of a crowd. I mean,
It still doesn't deserve she getting pepper sprayed.
okay, all right, the respect. Go ahead, Queen. You were saying something. I apologize.
no, it's okay. I was just saying that this been going on for from I know Jamaica. You know how old I am. And it's the same racism thing's been going on. mulatto at one time. If you're mulatto, mulatto is the real light skinned people out there that might have them hair look like Chinese hair. And they were more preferred. When you dark skinned in Jamaica years ago, it was very hard to get a job, even in a bank. It was very hard to get a job. I remember I was young, but I remember those things. I used to hear my parents talk about those things happening in Jamaica. So it's like, yes, we have changed because time have changed, but there's still things that are still going on there that is undercurrent. Of course, the money, if you have money, you have more clout. And sometimes the color of your skin still make an example of you. You know what I mean? If you're lighter or dark, or the texture of your hair, you know what I mean? So it's been going on, and I don't think it's gonna just stop like that, because those things are built into Jamaica. It's been going on from slavery days to
Sad. It's sad, and I'm just hoping that this can be used as a reference point for persons whom, when they are when they are treated or approached with excessive force, and these things happen. I'm hoping that the same um attitude is carried out. I missed this message from one of our listeners, but how he just changed the subject like that. And I think I so apologize that I missed this message. So please forgive me, listener. Thank you so much. But also now I don't know if anybody else wanted to jump on it, but I don't know. My phone is giving me, and I didn't bring down, and I don't have my laptop in the studio here today. But when I'm reading something, I like to make sure that I'm reading it correctly. Um, but Tufton has. Did anyone else want to finish on elaborating on that topic right there? Because that's just my bottom line of it, is
Mhm.
that everybody be treated the right way. Ah,
Yeah.
oh, what's
Okay, I agree with that.
yeah. So I'm hoping that they can use that as a reference. The other, I guess my signal is not so great. Um, the other,
About gun party. Which one of them gun party?
yeah, for some reason it's just not operating correctly today. And the other topic that I wanted to touch was I'm trying to pull it up. Something says that, and you said you wanted to touch on it, the respecter, but I wanted to get the full of it. I wanted to read the article so that you can also hear what he's saying, which I think it is somewhat of utter BS that that you can try to blame this thing on the nurses when you don't give them the proper equipment, the proper tools to use
Absolutely.
to
Mhm.
perform their jobs, and to come up with that is just like madness. I was like, wait a minute, where did this come from? How dare him? Okay, I'm trying to see if I could pull it up via my Okay. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says underperforming medical professionals within the public sector have to take a share of the blame for the state of the nation's health sector.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Ridiculous. And he's not a real man for saying that. He have no clue what these nurses go through on a daily basis.
Okay.
For one, they're not paying them right. They're
Hmm.
not allowing them to work normal hours. Most of them are working while sleeping.
Mhm.
He have no clue.
Okay.
The hospital condition is not on the nurses or the
That's what you
doctors.
said, the environment. Yeah.
The government is not doing their portion, what they're supposed to be doing. The nerve of him, lady.
Okay. Yeah. He made the argument on the Cliff Hughes show The minister argued that although budgetary allocations to healthcare have increased, performance has not.
Yeah, right.
The minister pointed out that the budget for the health sector doubled from 60 billion in 2015 to 140 billion in 2025. He says despite salary increases as well, performance has not caught up. Dr. Tufton noted that some senior medical professionals continue to float agreed terms. When asked why this hasn't been addressed, the minister said one person cannot change the culture. Meanwhile, Dr. Tufton says the nation's health sector may be suffering from perception issues. Yeah. This sounds like a bunch of BS.
They sound like a bunch of kids
Is
that
BS.
don't care about nobody but themselves.
Yeah, you
Selfish
increase the
kids.
money. There's a part where he was saying also, because I watched the clip and stuff, where he was saying that it went from below 15,000 persons to like 24,000, and still it's nothing is coming of it. I think I could play one of these.
That ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Pointed out that the budget for the health sector more than doubled
Oh shit.
15 to 140 billion in 2025. He says despite salary increases, performance has not caught up.
A lot of it also has gone into hiring more people. We now have 24,000 employees. When I took office, we were probably less than 20,000. Many of them that were temporary staff are now permanent staff because of the compensation review. And salaries have moved up significantly. Part of the challenge, I think, is that the change management function, where expectations should adjust to those reforms or changes, have not taken effect. Maybe because we haven't done a good job at it. I'm prepared to accept some of that burden. But frankly speaking, too many of us in the system, and there are many who do better, feel that even with those changes, they must still not give the optimal level of performance.
Dr. Tufton noted that some medical professionals continue to flout agreed terms.
There are consultants, for example, who are the most senior, who don't give the 28 hours a week that they should. And they run their expertise via the telephone and the junior doctors. You must give 28 hours a week if you're paid to give 28 hours a week. No, the truth is they have their private practice, and there's a lot of juggling that goes on. And the system allows them some of that flexibility. But there is a culture of not doing it a particular way, maybe because they were disgruntled in the past because of facilities or otherwise. Today, they need to deliver that.
When asked why this hasn't been addressed, the minister said one person cannot change the culture.
You're aware. Why haven't you fixed it in 10 years? I'm not prepared to cast a blanket over all the public health workers to say they are all deviants. Sure. That's not the case. Sure, right? That's not what we're saying. Right. The system is intended to work when all the parts of the system work. If the system isn't working at one stage, it is a problem across the board. And in the past, we have not been accustomed to writing people up and identifying the specifics of the problem. We tend to generalize. There are hospitals that do extremely well. There are departments that do extremely well. Why haven't I done more? It's not that we haven't done a lot, but it's difficult because you try to change a culture. One man can't change a culture. We have implemented policy to hold people more accountable, and there are persons who have been held accountable.
Gianni Willie, Nationwide News.
Lady D, bunch of doo.
Huh?
He's a bunch of doo-doo.
So I guess some of what he's saying is that you have a lot of doctors whom are, if they're paying them for 28 hours, they're not giving them 28 hours. They have their private practices, etc. So that's a part that I did get what.
But that's not true.
But that's whose job is that? Who's supposed to be monitoring that?
That still doesn't leave out the condition of the facilities that they have to work in. You know, that if they do not have all of the equipment that they need to have, then how are they going to perform their jobs sufficiently?
It's still on Tufton, yeah.
yeah, they need to, so that's a big thing. So yeah, I wanted to bring to you all attention on that one where they say that Tufton says that, basically everyone is not carrying, in other words, everyone is not carrying their weight. So that is why it is the system and the hospitals and everything is the way that it is. I don't want to put any words in his mouth. It's because you all heard it for yourselves, you know. So yeah, ouch.
Bunch of criminals. The amount of money
Look,
they get, the amount of money
I
they
was
get.
watching a video, and they have them in Parliament, and they have them the mouth muzzle like a dog. It look like a dog, and tell them I do a bar. Whoop, whoop.
That's it. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all they're doing is barking. I said that cartoon is so cute. They have a mouth like a dog. They have a shape like a dog mouth.
Crazy. It's crazy. So we'll watch the development and we'll watch what comes out of that, especially with the head nurse that the nurse that is in charge of the nursing department, where she came out and she spoke about the conditions and why persons are migrating and stuff like that. But in other news, just FYI, folks, if you buy these Pillsbury products, they have a recall 736,000 Pillsbury rolls recall over possible glass contamination. So I thought that I would most definitely bring that up to you all.
Oh
So
my gosh, man.
if you all
They
get
have so
the
much.
hard rolled dough and the Kaiser rolled dough, bread rolls, all of those things having to do with the Pillsbury General Mills products, they have recalled, and it's a serious recall. That's why I'm really mentioning it. Anytime I mention something outside of the norm, it's because it's something serious. They're saying that they have glass contamination. So if you all eat this thing, all right, and there's glass,
Mm-mm.
you run the risk of cutting up your inside.
Intestine. You
This,
know,
can you
and that's
imagine? This is
and
crazy.
And
Yeah.
that's what I was saying even in the beginning, with these factories and them producing these things, and you don't know what is inside of it or what you're eating,
Mhm.
what you're partaking of. Um, and it's sad, but a lot of a lot of us now use packaging. Yes, it's okay where you grow, but there's still certain foods that you still depend on packaging to get that food. So it is hard, not to fall upon things like that because, like I said, some of these factories, we don't know what goes on in there, what escape in those foods, and even talking about the bugs and what have you, there are certain things that they put in it that we're not even aware of, you know. So we just have to just be careful and just, you know, um, keep checking what you're eating,
Yeah.
you
And
know.
New York is a state that is the recall is in effect. Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Alabama. Those are some that I remembered off at the top of my head.
And why the government still have General Mills still producing stuff after all the stuff that came out not to be real? Ice cream sandwiches that you can leave in the sun and it doesn't melt. The milk and on and on and on.
I think that
Who owns General Mill?
John,
Is it Black owned or what? General Mill.
It doesn't matter. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. They
what
still
you
they bad.
saying, Jai, what did you say?
I said it's the same way Johnson and Johnson is still open after they had talc baby powder.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
I know that one.
Got to know that they don't care. So you have to be the one that cares for yourself.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to these products you have, I don't know, these products that half of them that's already made. maybe we can stay away from them, make their own bread. Because I know Mama Acid is very good as well in making her own bread. So I mean, like maybe we need to start really, really going back. I guess
But
that.
you know what?
Uh-huh.
I not to cut you. So in order to, you have two issues though. Yes, we need to grow food, like you said, in our garden. It would be good if we made food instead of we buying the fast food and things like that. But here's the problem, right? We don't, the way our society works is there's no time to do everything. You fill up your time with all these different things that, especially if you're working and you're trying to live a life where you can pay your bills and be comfortable. It's very difficult to find time to be Betty Crocker, even though you'd want to be, you know what I mean? And the only way you can do that, right? If people start living in like communals or like in a joint family home. So people who are retired, they're home. So they can bake the bread while you go and make the money, the ones who are retired, things like that. And or that's the only way I can see it working. Of like everybody, family live close together. You could go to that person's house, they're right there. And that's why some people are like buying these properties, and everybody has a house on it because everybody's close together. You can go over and get the bread, you get the baked pie, you can get the vegetables.
Well, you know what? You know what, MC? I would agree with you, but then I have to look at it in another way. The time we sit on our telephones and scrolling through today, I have so much to do. And do you know, I sat on my phone for almost 45 minutes and I really look and I said, oh, what you do? You have so much things to do. You sit on your part. I immediately close the phone because
Yes.
we use these excuses.
That is true.
We use these excuses of time when we sit and we idle our time on so many on social media. When social media wasn't around, we had time. We had time to spend with our kids. We had time to take them to the park. We had time to bake a bread or to bake a cake. And how long the cake can last? The cake may last if you have 2 days, 3 days. You make a loaf of bread. How much bread you gonna eat? You ain't gonna eat that bread in one day. So we sit and we make all of these excuses, and we want everything so quick, so that we can spend our time on the social media to fast in everybody else's business. When our business is lacking.
I get what
And the
I
bread
get
don't
what
take too long to make,
I,
because I make it. Yeah,
I, I
it
get
doesn't take
what
long.
you're I get what you're saying, but the reality is you sat for 45 minutes on your phone because you wanted to take your mind away from what you were doing. You were decompressing, whether you want to say it's a distraction or not, that's the
So
reality of it. So sometimes, even, and just being realistic, in this country, I'm not speaking for every country, but in this country, the big difference that I've learned, at least being able to travel abroad, is that we are always on the go. We pay to breathe. So I feel like MC's point is, to me personally, accurate. I'm not trying to diminish where you're coming from because I get it. Oh, you're scrolling, you're scrolling. But sometimes, me personally, I'm scrolling because I know there's 50 million other things that I have to do to survive. And sometimes scrolling and just being mindless for a moment relieves the headache.
Hello, girl.
yeah, yeah. No, well, I'm scrolling because
It's not like we're in no, and this is what I mean. It's not like, let's say, even Jamaica, your family has land. You built a house on that land. You guys have fruit trees on that land, so you have access to that. So you're not worried about a mortgage. You're worried about the property
Mhm.
taxes at the end of the year. But some of us are paying $3, $4, $5,000 mortgages for a house
Mhm.
and then turn around paying property taxes. You have kids that you're maintaining. They're in sports, and then you're at a very demanding job that takes up 8 to 12 hours of your day, depending on what you're doing. And then everything in between that. So yes, bread might be easy to make, but also, if I just need to make sure my kid has a peanut butter and jelly sandwich so that we can get homework done and she can be in bed by 8 o'clock, this country is conditioned to be for that convenience. And that's just the reality of it. Michelle made a point. I'm sorry, MC made a point. It's not like I said, in another country, even if you had a compound, that was a great suggestion. People buy land and build compounds for their family. I can walk down the street, my retired mom may have baked bread that day. And I may have done a 12-hour shift, and my kid need peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for tomorrow. It's the community of it as well, because again, like I said, I just feel like this country alone is not built for that convenience, hence why we have everything that's coming towards us. Because be realistic. If you have 5 minutes sorry, if you have 5 minutes to just not think, you really gonna go bake bread?
Why do you not think that maybe that baking bread, or that going out in your yard and planting some flowers, or planting some vegetables, or cutting some flowers back and bring it into your house, that's the same freedom that you get than sitting there scrolling and looking into other people's business that still make you think.
Now, and I'm not trying to say that, but some people,
That makes you sad,
that's
that
not
makes you get
relief for them
sad.
either.
And no, the bottom line is where we're so consumed in being in other people's business that we don't have time to be in our own business. And we use these excuses and say because it lacks your mind. No, go outside, go breathe some fresh air. When there wasn't these social medias and there wasn't these things, and we're not talking third world country, we're talking right here in the United States of America. When there were when all of these distractions were not there, we found other things to do with our children, things to do even by ourselves to decompress. These social media don't make you decompress. They still make you think, wow, someone got shot. Wow.
But I wasn't just referencing
Let
social
me,
media. I was
read
referencing
through it.
electronics as a whole, because I'm
Electronics
not
is
one that I don't really
distraction.
care to sit on social media all day, but I like to read. That's my decompression.
Yeah,
No offense,
that's good.
I
And
would rather read than go plant.
that is good when we talk
That's what I mean by I agree with MC
talking
Ethan and
about
community.
that's good when you're talking about reading, but I'm quite sure MC wasn't talking about reading. You're looking through social media, and you're researching and finding out all of the things that are happening. That's why some of the time I just leave it alone. I don't even look, I don't watch news sometimes. I don't do any of that because it is even more stressful
So
to
where I was talking,
yeah,
reading is an additional, but I wasn't talking about, because when I look on certain social media, as you know, it gives you the time, like whatever you look at, keeps you. It's like you attract more of what you're looking at. So when I'm like, if you want to say dumb scrolling or just scrolling, two things are happening. Either I'm on it and I start playing these games, games that I have to think, but
yeah.
fun thinking. So it just
Right.
relaxes my mind and it's fun to do. So I play games. I never used to do it before, but I just started.
Mhm.
That's one. Or if I don't play the game, I look at just people dancing. So I don't want to see anymore about 47 and what's going on, because I have enough of that. So I go to a place and I choose things where I just want to see maybe the new moves or some dancing, just something fun that I like to see, and it laughs. And then I'm like, okay, that's good. So that's my decompressing when I'm on social media or if I'm playing a game, or as she said, or even reading. Because sometimes there's some interesting stories that may come up on the phone and you read, like just something different
Yeah,
than.
that's another thing that I even do. And that's what I mean by, like, I'm not trying to defend social media. I'm just saying I don't think everybody's always in somebody else's business. Because me, I like watching people cook and create different meals. I'm always in somebody else's country trying to figure out how they eating raw crab. Like I just
Saying what
it's things like,
I'm saying is I'm not saying the persons don't need to have some me time. Yeah, some persons need to have their me time. But a lot of persons are consumed with television, with the telephone. We can't put our phones down, that we are now having to read on these electronics. Why can't we go to the library? Take our kids with us to the library. Go pick out some books to read. Something interesting that my child may want. I'm talking about the instant convenience that allows to distract from the time that you really can have that one-on-one time. That gadget strains your eyes, then you have a headache, then you fall asleep with that gadget, that all this radiation is coming into your body. Why can't we put down these phones, go to the dollar store and get a TikTok book or a crossword puzzle book or something like how why don't we make a family time and sit and play some spade or together or play some go fish together. I mean, like, everything is so consumed into the telephones that we don't have family time anymore. This one is in the phone. This one is in the phone. The child is in the phone. Everyone is so consumed with these gadgets, and everything is being done on these gadgets that no one is looking at each other face to face anymore.
Lady,
No one is having these conversations. One
It's
moment.
saving trees.
There there was a text. My daughter makes bread from scratch, Alfredo sauce and whatever else, everything she makes from scratch. She do not use anything from out of the can or the box. Time, time. And this is where I even reason on you all, and then I'm gonna let you go, the respecter, where everything is so quick. We even go on these checkout lines where because we don't want to wait in line. We don't want to wait in line. So therefore, this is why there's so much jobs that are no longer available because these self-checkout lines. Everything we want quick. Everything we want at the tip of our fingers. And that is what, before we talk about separation of the men in the house, well, we're separating even ourselves now from the daily functioning in our house because what we do is automatically grab for these phones. When take your child to the library, let them get a book, you get a book, you read that book, shoot for reading 10 books for the month versus my face is in the phone, my child face is in the phone, everybody's in the phone. I mean, like, now everything the phone is consuming is what I'm saying, that there is no more family time. Sometimes even at dinner, one person, three different people is sitting at the table and they have the phones in front of them and not interacting with each other. So that now, instead of government and whatever doing separation of family, they have incorporated these gadgets into our homes that is separating our family, that is not having us to talk to each other, spend time with each other. It will be more.
Learn from each other. It's true, lady. It's true.
Go
I
ahead, the
know.
respecter. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, the respecter.
what you're saying is a small percentage. It's very hard to say for any one of us to say we're not doing. My daughter is home from college for summer break, and I'm not lying to you. I have not woken up one morning or come home and she's watching TV. She's in some book or she's doing some research on her laptop. Not to brag, but each to each his own. It's very delicate, mainly for a single mother, having a child or two or more, trying to balance from work, picking up her child from school or from somebody, relative, and going home, planning the day, planning the week, planning the weekend. It is not an easy task. So I don't see where and I'm gonna say Jai, or single people, having the time to spend on the phone or the internet while having a child or two taken care of and expecting great things to happen. Going on the road, the moment you go in your car, you're losing money. The moment you go on the road to go to the dollar store anywhere, you're losing money because of gas. Not only that, you're risking the chance of making a left turn or a right turn into ice, into some evil police officer, some something crazy going on. So many of us are planning, do we have to leave the house today? Can we just make a list and just make one shot for the week? What day we think is the best day? Those type of behaviors. The family time, I do believe that families are having family times with or without a father at home or husband. I do believe that due to what's going on in this country, in the world, there are some families who are playing Uno and on and on. We played it a lot, Uno and Monopoly. So I do hope that what you're saying and your passion, which is a good thing to have that passion of wanting and wishing and hoping, every family could be doing exactly what you just said. But
So look,
unfortunately, only a
okay.
small percentage not doing it because they don't have time for a child or the children or the wife or the husband. The husband gone one way, the wife gone one way, the kids at home doing whatever they want to do. So those people, I would love for them to hear what you just said.
Now I'm not arguing the whole family time thing, because I do see that in some spaces, and I'm one of those people that feel like if I'm gonna bake bread, it'll be one time out the month. Because there's sometimes where you feel like a superwoman and you knock it all out, and you're able to go and plant your garden, bake the bread, do everything, and then there's just sometimes where it's like, we're gonna go to this grocery store, we're gonna hit this list, and we're gonna stick to the schedule. I'm one of those parents. I'm one of those parents where, don't get me wrong, sometimes we are baking cakes, we are creating things from scratch, we are doing amazing things. And then there's another week where it's a rough week, and we just kind of got to compromise. So some things have to go, some things have to stay. Now, I'm not arguing what you're saying about social media. Um People might see me with my head in my phone, but again, I'm not crazy about it because there's a lot of negativity that flow around there. So my algorithm, like I said, you're going to see a lot of cooking. You might see a few murder mysteries on there. That's my thing, that's my niche, you know. Or I am reading. And then I was cracking the joke about, there some people head is in there because they saving some trees. They'll download it versus going to buy the hard copy. But it was just a joke.
Oh, it's a good joke, rather. But listen, um, I'm not knocking. I'm not necessarily knocking or telling anyone not to do what they're doing. What I'm saying is that if all of us really collectively look at a full day of what we're doing, if there's 24 hours in a day, and I'm quite sure that a lot of us is sitting on that phone with all of these different things, may it be reading, may it's been or look shopping, may it's be whatever. All of these things consume our time for at least 10 plus hours of the day. So that when it comes to the time for us to do these other things, it appears that we have no time. Did you all hear what I said earlier? I sat and I went on my phone to look at one thing. And I end up sitting there for 45 minutes, almost an hour, scrolling and all these other things that pops up. And the time goes so quick that we're not even mindful of the amount of time that we are truly on these devices. It's like a drug. If we're not on it and we're not looking, no matter what it is, sometimes the fresh air outside will do us wonders. Sometimes, instead of saving the tree, save our sight and our mind and drive out to the library and get a book or go to the store. When the respect to elaborating on single this and single that, I was a single parent of four, and no, there's not a great big difference of then and now because we were making less. The only thing that what we did was made use of the time and the resources and the money that we had. We will cook, we will clean, we go to the park, spread out a blanket, make a sandwich, sit and eat. Just the little nature things we are no longer doing, which disconnects us from our children, from our family. The time goes so quick when we are on these devices that we say, dang, I really sat here looking at this thing for almost an hour. And
So
I would have kept on going if I didn't catch myself.
But it's kind of hard for us
So
to
is the
say
no,
that
I
people
just
are
want to
not
make
doing.
sure I'm following where the conversation is going because I know we were talking about baking the bread and having time for that. Is that not what we're talking about anymore? We're just talking about devices and family time.
We're
Because
talking
that's what I was referencing when I made the comment about
we're
baking the
talking
bread.
we're talking about we're reasoning on the whole picture of it. The whole picture of it.
But the
So
full
it's
the full
included
picture.
making time for all the things that we say we don't have time for. We don't have, nobody expects no one to bake bread every week, every day. So if 1 month you get together and you bake a bread, wonderful. If 1 week you get together and you go sit at the park and watch the ducks, wonderful. I'm talking about quality time, family time, and getting back to basics
But,
and not have these gadgets consume our time.
but the truth about it, lady, we're not in each other's house, so we can't keep saying people are not doing it, the family time, and not doing the family time.
Obviously, the respecter, there was a person that wrote in and said their daughter bakes, does everything by scratch. So obviously, I'm not talking about everyone. So they say hit dog will holler. So if you're hollering the respecter, then that's on you to holler. I'm just generalizing what happens in a lot of households. I'm generalizing what just happened to me. And for what where I'm sitting down and I'm looking at the bigger picture and saying, okay, the time that I spent on this telephone, I could have had found a couple more mileage to put on my thing. If the mileage thing is stressing me, then maybe I needed to go call my granddaughter and maybe sit down and chit chat with her. Or maybe I needed to go out and go attend to my yard. Or maybe I needed to take my behind up and go to the supermarket and go do some food shopping that I darn well needed to do today. And that hour could have been done with that versus me looking at unimportant things.
And you know,
And
lady, it's something that is being noticed even more now. They even do a commercial. There's even a commercial where the woman coming in when she comes into the living room, everybody on their phone, from the father all the way down to the
And then
little
won't be
tiny
no
one.
stress.
So it is changing. The dynamic is changing in terms of family and family time. It is changing, and of course it's because of electronic.
But
the
Because
only correction I'm trying to make is that we
family
cannot say that
time,
we and people are not doing this and people are not doing that. That's the only correction I'm trying to make.
Family,
We can't
but
say people are not
I
doing
don't
this and
need,
people are not doing that.
I don't need that correction because I can never say everyone. I can never tell
If
you.
you could say more
I'm just
people. Yeah.
I'm just
By saying
saying
we
it's
means everyone.
a lot of
We are not.
it is happening in a lot of households.
Yeah.
Sometimes to just separate from all of these gadgets and go sit in the park and really just meditate instead of looking at everybody else's problems or seeing all of these wonderful things that we cannot afford because it's in our face. But just separate ourselves and become one with nature, become one with God. Go bake. Cook your own food instead of going and go getting these foods on the street. And then next thing you know, we're here complaining that this damn food don't taste good. And I waste my money. And I'm this. Maybe we need to get back to couple of basics. I'm not saying everything. I'm not saying every day, and I'm not saying that there's people that is not doing it. I'm just using myself even for example. I'm
Mhm.
sitting on my phone for almost an hour doing what? Watching all of these AI darn things that each one of them repeats the 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 show previous. A waste.
And
But
then you realize the rice is burning.
you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that
Mhm.
these gadgets are there to distract us
Mhm.
from everyday life, things that should be important to us, things that we should be incorporating each and every day. We're not. And
And
sometimes we're not noticing that when we're sitting on these devices and we're absorbing. That's why
it's
that's
even
why
the games. That's why so much violent with these young kids out there because they play these violent games. They sit there all day
but
and play these violent games.
sometimes they say these people's trying to live like what they see on social media. The Get out of that world, unplug yourself. This is why I'm telling you that matrix. Unplug yourself and get back to some of the basics for those persons whom are also surrounded by all the, when my kids was even younger, there was a time where going to McDonald's or going to Chinese or going to, those were treats. Did I'm just sitting back and I'm looking at my life. My life. Now it is a norm. My kids were excited to go get some McDonald's. My kids was excited when we go buy some pizza. It was a treat for the great, wonderful things that they were doing. I'll say, okay, listen, let's go. Let's go here and go eat. It was a treat. Now it's everything is of the norm because we don't have the time. Why do we not have the time? I worked the same 8 hours for less money. I raised 4 children basically on my own. Thank God for my family. I went to school along with raising children, along with all of my high bills. So I'm trying to measure the difference with some of what I hear. And I'm like, it's all about scheduling and making time and putting down some of those gadgets. Putting down sometimes those gadgets. Make a schedule. I'm going to be on it for maybe 2 hours. That's it. The rest of the time, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go throw my clothes in the laundry. I'm going to go fold it. I'm going to sweep my floor. I'm going to go shopping, or I'm just going to lay down in my bed and just meditate and read. You make that schedule. But if your face is in this phone, and that is what it's there for, distraction, that you be able to get everything at the tip of your fingers. That's what it's all about. And I'm sorry if you all don't agree. That's okay, because I'm not looking for anyone to agree with me. I'm just looking at being on the outside looking in, and when I was on the inside looking out. That's all that I do.
Well,
Yeah.
I had a pastor's wife got mad at me after service because the pastor kept preaching about y'all not reading your Bible, and that's why y'all not blessed, and y'all not this and y'all not that. And I opened my big mouth and said, Pastor, that's not a good sermon for someone that just came out the street, want to give God a chance, and hearing you're not this, you're not that, you're not that. And I was told that I'm too personal, and that's not. Come on now. It
What
don't. It
told the
sounds
pastor?
positive. It sounds positive. It
Where did
sounds
that come
positive,
from?
but it's wrong.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What you said to the pastor?
He's there preaching a storm and saying that the reason why some of us are not blessed is because we're not reading and we're not studying the Bible and we're not doing this and we're not doing that. And
Wait,
I opened
wait,
my
wait,
mouth and
wait.
said,
Pause,
well,
pause, pause. The what?
The
He didn't say
Bible.
the Bible. Say it again.
the Bible. And I said, it's not fair to someone that just come off the street for the first time, coming into a church for the first time and listening to the word and hearing chastising. So, Pastor, we're not in some everybody's bedroom, but our bedroom. We can't say stuff like that. And
Uh-huh.
I was blown away by the wife. I'm taking things personal, and it's just me. I'm not gonna just sit there. We can't talk that kind of way. It's
Well,
not.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
so you're
right.
saying Lady D's presentation reminded you of the pastor?
In some sense, yes.
So I
That's
gotta.
why. That's why I was laughing when he started with that.
This one is funny right here. Yeah,
Let me know.
hear this now. He is all over the place. do he doze? Do he doze off and then wake up and just say anything because he don't know what's going on? He's just trying.
You better get off that social media, Lady D.
He just. You see what I'm saying? No, I have to interact with my listeners during the programming. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? This telephone access, huh? Yeah. So
I wasn't cracking on you to respect that. It was just really funny how you said the Bible. I was like, oh, that was definitely a country church.
It's right here in Georgia.
right here in Georgia.
I knew it.
But
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, these are some great reasoning. I told MC that she definitely missed last week. We were talking a lot in regards to race. I think it was MCs that
Yeah,
were.
that's what you were telling me.
Yeah, we were talking,
You
and
came in at the last minute, right?
no,
Was it?
MC didn't get to come on last week.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay. Maybe it's no. It was Noni. Somebody came in at the last minute.
Yeah, Noni
It
was
was
Okay.
on.
great.
We were supposed to even today, but the time is just totally gone. I liked freestyling it today, folks. I really liked the.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you want to freestyle something, I'm telling you right now, we're suffering here in New York City because of the burning that's going on in Canada.
Yeah,
It's the sky. You can,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's cloudy. You can't barely see the clouds. It's you can even see as you're driving in the environment, like in front of you, you can see like some smokiness, you know.
Mm.
And Canada, look how far Canada is. I mean, from us compared to if we lived in Maine or Vermont, you know.
Yeah.
And we're getting the smoke like if it's right next door, like at least if it's New Jersey or something like that. And even you can smell the burning. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and they're telling us how our air quality is so bad. And yesterday you could smell it, but you could see the sky a little bit. Today it's even worse.
Well, sorry, we can't help you.
So you have
It's
to make
crazy.
sure that you put on your mask when you.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wet it, wet the
it was
mask.
really
Was
bad. It
having a
was
really
bad
bad
today.
wildfire as well, where the air was really nasty. About, I want to say, beginning of June, it was really nasty because they've been having a wildfire as well.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And I remember not last year, either the year before, when it was burning in Canada, our skies were actually orange in the city, and everybody was
Mm-hmm.
like, "What is going on?"
I remember
It was
that.
scary. It was scary. It
Mm-hmm.
may not be orange, but I could still smell like it was happening, in the state next to me or the city next to me. This is wild.
That's
Eh,
something. And that's why we don't have nothing really organic, because whatever's dropping from the air, all of this smoke, all of these things is going into the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the cloud, here comes the rain, and
Yeah.
then the cloud is dropping into the ground through the formation of the rain. And there's nothing named organic. We just gotta wash our
Mhm.
stuff, do what we need to do.
You can
Yeah.
always move from New York to New York. You know there's two New York.
Yeah.
Where the second one?
I don't
New
know.
York.
Just I would
Mhm.
you know.
No, seriously, New York, New York.
New York, New York. Yep. Go
Uh,
on, Papa. See?
so we real quick, has anybody been watching the World Cup? Are
No,
you
No.
no.
Listen, I wanted England to win.
huh?
Argentina won, and I wanted England to win.
Okay. Okay.
What? The World Cup finished now?
No, it's not finished. It's the
Oh,
last two teams. It's Spain and Argentina now.
okay.
The
Okay.
guy from France,
It's gonna
the greatest football player right now from France, Papi, Papi. I mean, the amount of racist behavior he went through. And he set a record for scoring over 20 goals. They didn't lose a game until way in the end. And they're saying it's because of the ref. The ref
Mm.
refed against France in the game they lost.
Mhm.
So,
Because this guy, the black guy, wasn't supposed to be so much better than the lighter skinned players, Messi and all them.
so
He
you
was
see,
scoring two and
good.
three goals a game.
You see, so that's why, because of Argentina's history, but everybody works hard, and they got to where they should be, and that's good. But because of their past history, I would, even though England is not perfect either, but I would have rather England win.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
Well, so who do you all feel is going
Spain.
between
I'm
Argentina?
going for Spain.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see who comes out the winner. Is there
England need to win to hand out that reparation money.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, we'll be waiting on that
They
forever.
should. And
yeah,
listen, here
yeah.
you let me say something even more controversial. They can sell some of those crown jewels.
Mm. Mm-mm.
They can't because it's stolen. They need to just go ahead and give it back.
Nope.
Oh
No.
boy, we taking it there today, huh, Johnny?
Okay.
So you think they're
You
gonna give
said
it back to that
controversial.
willingly? They're not gonna willingly give it back like that.
They're not giving anything back.
Mm-mm.
Lady D,
Yes.
I met a young lady, 30 in her 30s, who had the same thing me spoke about the last time, that we were leaning towards what Donna been saying all along.
What?
She put me in the mind of Donna about the Matrix.
Yeah. I've
And
always thought that there was, most of these shows, if it not go so it go near. So go ahead, finish your thought.
right, right. So there's more and more people, feeling the same way.
I think there's just a lot of people that is becoming woke,
Yeah.
and really looking at what is going on and life, and just saying, okay, we need to make changes. These people are talking about, they created all of this no seed food so that they can dictate to us when we can eat and when we cannot eat. Yes, in some situations, the social media is great because it gives you the information at your fingertip. So it's just that we just need to schedule it so that it's not consuming our entire lives. So yeah, um, I'm thinking it's a conspiracy theory, and I think that yeah, a lot of us is going to be is getting unplugged, and we're seeing things for what it is. So yeah, you're right, Donna. A lot of stuff going on, honey, that we need to look into. You know, they're openly now talking about cloning. They're openly now talking about Area 54. Did you not hear when Vance said it? I mean, like they're openly talking about all of these things, time travel. They're openly talking about a lot of these things now. So it's not much speculation left.
They openly did it. They cloned their pets.
They're
Remember we
openly
talked
doing
about that
everything
where
now.
they
So
cloned the pets.
yeah, Queen. Yeah, definitely, Queen. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things that we in the back of our mind we think
Happening.
there's no longer no we know what is going on, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's far-fetched that some of us is plugged in and some of us just need to yeah,
Yeah.
say that. I would truly say that. You know, I don't know about the World Trade Center and all of those other things that Donna be talking about, but there's something going on. There's something going on that is more deeper than our understanding.
Did you hear about Lindsey Graham?
Who couldn't hear about him? There's all type of allegations going around with him as well. That it's alleged that he may had been whatever somewhere else, and given something somewhere. It's all type of hoopla going on. But yeah, with some things we can say and some things we better not say. You know, before
Yeah.
before they throw us off of the air. Anyway, I can send them to the respecter. The respecter says send them come on me if them bad. So
Well, well,
yeah. So
well. Some people saying R.I.P., but they spelling out the P.
yeah, okay. Listen, man, the time is gone. It's 10 o'clock, so we're gonna get out of the air chair, and it's been fantabulous vibes with you all. Yeah, all right, it's been fantabulous, and check out the Lady D show. Um, Saturdays 12 to 4 p.m., where you get those did you knows and what you know about it, and the entertainment headliners and your world headliners, and your top headliners, and the best in music, news, views, interviews, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. Alrighty. And then check out All About Love, Nothing But Love. We was MIA last week because last week was my birthday. So we did not come on for All About Love last week, and I didn't do the Lady D show. But we're back to normal schedule programming this weekend. And so check us out, All About Love, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And Let's Gripe will resume in August. So big ups to the Let's Gripe crew. And as you're doing now, Reason and Thursdays. And um go check out YouTube's radio. There's some great programming going on over there as well. And you got the different chat rooms that you could go visit and see what's going on in there, right? Yeah. So it's a family thing. It's a good thing. It's wonderful things going on with us all. So blessings upon blessings upon blessings. And as I say, good night. Queen, you want
How old are you now?
how old am I? I'm 25.
You go ahead.
Yeah.
Night, night, everyone. Arrivederci. Y'all have a wonderful week.
You too.
All
All righty.
Good
John,
night.
you want to say good night?
Have a good night, everybody. See you next week.
MC,
Good night, everyone. Same time, same place next week.
you're the respecter.
Good night, everyone. Same time, same place next week.
Watcha.
Yeah.
Watcha. All right, everyone. Same time. I'll see you next week.
Next
Wanna
week.
be well. Wanna be safe.
Yeah. And stay a little bit away from some of that darn social media. How about that?
Joe, 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 Joe,
Yeah.
Joe.
You know, it's funny. Maybe after every program, we could say that every time, every week, someone can say, what did they do instead of staying on their phone? Did they
Yeah,
ride a bike? We
yeah.
could do
Good
that.
idea.
What's one thing you did
Go
instead of.
walk. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
it. You know, walking release a lot of stress.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love to walk. Oh my gosh.
I just go sitting outside as hot as it is. Just breathe. Just shut your eye and breathe. You
Well, Una can't do that in Georgia. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit
The
now.
girl with days of the rain. That's our thing.
can't do that. You can't do that right now. Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, for real. You just go out there and just it would because you know when we're staring at these screens all day, you know, so them things that give us a headache. It gives
Yeah,
us
and they say the blue light is not good for us. All kind of different things.
anxiety. It does all of those stuff. We just gotta get back to nature. You don't hear what the 47 said, make America great again. We
Oh,
gotta make
please,
ourselves.
please.
We have to make ourselves great again. It's
Yeah.
attainable. It's attainable. Yeah, it's attainable.
Mm-hmm.
I even and then I'm gonna go. I even said the other day I'm gonna get back into playing music. I'm not playing as much music as I used to play in the house. The TV's on. Ouch. That's not nice. Yeah, I got to get back to the music, to the rhythm and the beats flowing, that energy, make you whine, make you sway, make you, yeah, we got to get back to
But you
basics.
know, you can make a selection on YouTube.
Come on from a phone. Come on for the
No,
line.
no, seriously. You can play a playlist on YouTube
Yeah, all right, we can do that too.
or in Spotify.
You see, you gone back to all of these. May I try get people from them phone and them television, and you gone back at that. Get your stereo system, folks. Get the stereo system. Love you all to the maximum. You all
Good
have a
night.
blessed and wonderful night. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. Adios.
Give me a chance, show you how much I love you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Saw you last night.